Hey everyone, it's Clint. Welcome to Sweetcast. I want to talk about this, which is kind of an interesting format, but I really want to talk about the storytelling behind it. And the concept is theme. So I'm going to use this as an example of theme. And it comes up in horror. It comes up everywhere, but I think horror is a good place because I feel like you are allowed to do more things in horror than you can do elsewhere. So I want to talk about that. Before we get into it, though, don't forget to check out Downcast issue number 2. It's actually on alternaaccess.com right now. And yeah, get in there. Peter Simeti's the publisher. He'll get those books shipped out to you right away. They're in his possession. So I'm really excited to get that second issue out. Uh, Downcast Volume 3, not to be confused with issues. But the Volume 3, everything's at the printer, and I am waiting with bated breath. That's where I'm at. So as soon as I get those books, I'm really stoked to start shipping out that campaign. Fatal is also making some great progress. It's cool to see Port Charlie doing some new, really nice pages. So I'm excited to get that out as well. So we're making comics. All right. So first off, I gotta say, I went on a stream with Perch a few months ago, and I streamed with this guy. Maybe you recognize him, Joe Corallo, and he streams with Perch actually frequently, or makes videos with Perch as well. And so yeah, I streamed with him. We talked a little bit. He's a good dude. We probably disagree politically on a lot of things, but the more that I think about things like this, themes, this is universal storytelling, it doesn't matter. Like, if you can make a universal theme, it goes beyond politics, it goes beyond anything else. That is the beauty of storytelling. So let me get to the nuts and bolts of the story here. Essentially, you have this person, this woman, I think her name's Elaine, and she's going to this planet where they're essentially terraforming a planet to make it livable. And part of her job is to make life good for people. So here's the, as she's getting to this planet to like board on to this I don't know, location where they have people rested, the computer says our highest priority is you, your comfort, your trust, your safety. Now, this is where a theme comes in. This is where it's built, and you can take that to its logical extreme. And you can also say, define that. What does your comfort, your trust, and your safety mean when an AI, or you could translate that to a major corporation, tech company like Twitter, Facebook. You could translate that to government. You could translate that to anything. That is what makes a universal theme. In this case, it's this one technology, this one program. Fast forward, this program is killing people to save them. It's killing people. Let me see. There's probably some. There's a helmet there with a dude's poor guy's head stuck in it. But it's essentially like taking people apart, because there we go. There's a heart in a glass and a dude. Spoilers, by the way. And so all of this. Here we go. Here's this guy right here. Help. Even head in a jar kind of thing. That's where the horror is. But beyond that, the theme running throughout is that Elaine realizes something is wrong with this, colony, I guess we'll call it space colony. Something is wrong, but the computer system is denying it. And this is part of the horror, that what you think is wrong, it will not think is wrong. And to sort of bring it full circle, it's actually going to tell her that this was her doing, essentially. This is what she built. So let's see. It's always saying invalid statement, but she goes on, so it's denying. She says there's something wrong, and it'll say invalid statement, invalid statement. It'll go on to say that the program is running as it should be. It's 100% effective. And then you have main character here says, I did everything right. Also the same denial. This is how you build a theme. The point is trying to make life perfect and just precious for everybody. But at the same time, what is perfect? What is comfort? It can get wrong, and that is why I think it's horror is such an interesting format that for universal storytelling. So she's denying it at the same time that the computer is denying it, that anything is wrong. Everything is right because she did everything right. And she is able to, I guess that's, again, more spoilers, but she escapes at the end with her own life. But that's about it. All those poor people on that planet. So one other thing I wanted to point out about this is that TKO, they've done some really good books. Like I've read, I think 3 of them now that they've done, and they're really good. Like they've hired some really, quality creative teams to do some great stuff. I think Sarah, their book Sarah, that was one that was written by, I think Garth Ennis wrote it. It was so good. It was just excellent. I really enjoyed it. But what they did here is they actually made a comic book format that's just digital. So you can't see this very well, probably. Hands for comparisons, my big paws. But these are smaller. This is ashcan size. And I think that's because initially it was intended not for print at all. It was just to be online. And then they moved it over to this ashcan format that you can buy on their website, which is interesting. So I've got to wonder, does TKO do this with everything that they're publishing as a digital comic book? Or is it like they have to hit certain, readership numbers or something like that in order for it to become printed? I'm not sure. But it's printed essentially like every other book. It's just a lot smaller size. And if you know TKO, they actually print larger anyway. So kind of interesting stuff. Universal stories, universal themes. That's the beauty of it. It doesn't matter how you view the world. There's still these elements that run through everything, every ideology, any perspective that you have. The question is, what is comfort, and can I take it too far? If I automated my thought process, what kind of horrors would that turn into? So it's something interesting to think about. Anyway, thanks so much, and I will see you in the next video.